Shout out to G-Man Boxing.
Alright, people. Today, Dazn sent out a little kind of survey to customers. You fill the stuff out, you know like how them kind of things work. But at the end, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't have, my other phone is dead, so I can't use that, so I can't read verbatim what it said. But it said words to the effect of to continue to get the best fights, your subscription X, Y, and Z, as well as pay-per-view for the biggest fights. Now, define what you mean by biggest fights. Hitting a pay-per-view. Now that's a bit sad for me because the whole pitch they kind of came out with originally was this is the alternative. I think they even had memes about how they're digging a hole for pay-per-view and they're throwing away pay-per-view to then kind of say, well, for the biggest fights we will do pay-per-view. To me, that's just kind of it's one of them. And some people could say, gee, you're sounding like a bit of a whiner. You're moaning about it. Well, like it, as I've said several times, it's the principle. You kind of come with the phrase that we're putting an end to pay-per-view, we're not pay-per-view, and then they're going to go ahead and do it. Now, if it's a case of like AJ versus Usyk, the rematch, let's say that's on DAZN as opposed to being on Sky, which I think it might very well be, then pay-per-view, you would say logically yes, because realistically DAZN have deep pockets, but how much would they be willing to pay AJ just based off subscriptions? You got to think of it like that. Even if AJ brings a rake of subscriptions in, his purses are absolutely astronomical. Would they be able to get enough subscriptions or lengthy subscriptions? Because I think most people who sign up to like DAZN or that Fight TV, I think they have to spend a certain period of time. If you're just some casual who only wants to watch Anthony Joshua, are you really going to pay? Because seriously, just think about it. I know it might sound, but this is the way people are. Believe you me, I've known people who are casual boxing fans, right, who've gone to all-you-can-eat restaurants, who've only drank water because they want to try and recoup their money. And if they spend, a couple of quid on a Coke, well, that's more money for them that I can't recoup. Seriously, that's the way a lot of people are. A lot of people are absolutely... if I wanted to, I'd use the F word, but a lot of people are like that when it comes to just petty pinching stuff like that. They're always worried about not having enough money. Well, if you're worried about not having enough money, well, you'll never have it anyway. But anyway, that's what some people are like. So some people would see that DAZN would maybe want to keep you on for a couple of months, and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to pay, £8 to, DAZN for another few months if I only want to watch one fight. So I can kind of see where they're going with that. And they have done a kind of pay-per-view thing with Canelo. I think they've done it for Yildirim as well as the Billy Joe Saunders fight, where if you weren't subscribed to DAZN, you could buy it. Now, maybe that's what they mean. Because remember Box Nation did something similar a few years ago, where Box Nation was showing Canelo fights a lot, and they were showing they showed both Triple G fights, I think. Well, certainly the first one. I don't think BT Box Office was a thing it wasn't when the first Triple G Canelo fight came about. I remember what they did. They said that Box Nation Canelo Alvarez's fight is pay-per-view to customers. But basically, Box Nation customers didn't have to pay. So if you didn't have a subscription to Box Nation, it was pay-per-view. If you had a subscription, it was part of it. Maybe they're doing that. Potentially could be something that they're doing. Maybe they're saying, right, it's not pay-per-view to our normal loyal subscriptions, but maybe it will be to the casual fan, who just wants to watch a once-off fight. In some ways, you might even say, well, obviously you would make more money if you just charge a flat pay-per-view. But if you were charging 20 quid to a fan to just sign up for DAZN for one event, you might do well there. You probably would get more money if they just stayed on for a couple of months, but still, saying that, you might do pretty well there. That could be what they're doing. DAZN obviously don't just work with Eddie Hearn, they work with Golden Boy. Does Oscar De La Hoya really have any pay-per-view stars at the minute? Virgil Ortiz in the future, Ryan Garcia possibly now, but not really. So you'd imagine many of the big fights be coming from the Matchroom kind of end. I'd imagine it's for AJ, the pay-per-views potentially. I don't think Dylan White's fights will be on pay-per-view, unless maybe he's fighting Tyson Fury. But I'd imagine that the pay-per-view would be for Anthony Joshua, because he's the only really kind of guy I could see, and Canelo to an extent. But certainly over here in this part of the world, AJ pay-per-view, big purses. Canelo the same, but Canelo's working on a fight-by-fight basis, so he might not be fighting on DAZN for another few fights. Who knows? it's a strange one. Look, I like the fact that I can pay for what I want, and I just want boxing. I said it before, I'll say it again. I was so happy to get rid of Sky because I was paying over £100 a month for nothing really, because I don't watch a lot of the other sports. I like football, but I'm not going to sit on a Saturday and watch, Premier League football all day. I don't do that. I only really watch football when I'm out with my friends. If they say to me, do you want to come out for food and watch a game, I'll go and I'll watch it. I'll do that, but I'm not going to religiously watch it. Rugby, don't like rugby at all, never have. Golf, I like playing golf, don't like watching it. Basketball, again, no interest. American football, again, no real interest. What other sports do they do? What other sports do they do, actually? I don't remember half the sports they do. But the majority I wouldn't really be watching. And I do like sports, but I'm just not going to religiously watch them. If I need to know something about them, I can always research it. Boxing, F1, they're my go-to sports. They're my sports that it's like, yeah, I will watch them. As long as they're not on at the same time, which they never normally are, I'll watch them. So that's all I want to pay for. So why should I be paying £100 a month if I'm not going to watch? It's just from a logical point of view. If I'm not watching this, I'm not watching that, I'm not watching this, I'm not watching that, £100 a month, over £100, it's not really worth it. So that's where Dazn is brilliant. I'm paying a lot less for just boxing, and I would hope they're not going to chuck pay-per-view on top. But I would hope not anyway. But we'll wait and see. We'll watch this space. Let me know what the thoughts of you guys are, because I've seen on Twitter a lot of people up in arms about it. I've seen Eddie Hearn getting, straight away the minute he started tweeting about completely random things, just undercards for Dylan White. Why are you charging pay-per-view? Why are you charging pay-per-view? So let me know your thoughts. It's an interesting one. I personally hope Dazn don't go down that road, or if they do what they did for Canelo, where it's pay-per-view to non-subscription customers if they want to have a once-off. But for us, the people who've paid, and I got, as soon as that app was available here, I got it straight away because I wanted to watch boxing, and it's good value. It's still good value as it stands. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like, subscribe of course if you haven't already, hit the all notifications bell. For now, lads and lassies, I'll talk to you. Peace.